Hey guys, it's Georgia and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm doing another episode of my Real Talk series, which is basically just where I strip things down. I keep it really raw. As you can tell, I have no makeup on. I am in this massive jumper and I'm just here chilling and talking to you guys without sugarcoating anything, you know, telling you guys how it is and just talking about things that, you know, some people may not be so real about, if that makes sense. So today's topic is going to be about friends and friendships. A few of you guys requested this topic, so since there was quite a large number of you guys who wanted to see it, I thought I would do it for you guys today. I think this is the third episode in my Real Talk series, which is pretty exciting. If you guys have any other topics that you guys would like me to do an episode on, just leave them down below. I will line them up for future Real Talk videos. So today I'm going to be talking to you guys a little bit about my experience with friends and yeah, just some of the things that have happened to me, and just talk in a bit of more of a general way, tell you guys some things that I've learned, some things that I've picked up along the way, and yeah, mainly just flesh out how this has sort of gone down in my life. So when I was younger, I think this is the same for quite a lot of girls. There's always some sort of desire to be popular, some sort of connotation that if you're popular, you're going to fit in. And I guess today I'm sort of going to try and tell you that that is not the case at all. And I've definitely learnt along the way that being popular is like nothing, and that it's so much more beneficial to spend your time doing other things like helping others, being happy within yourself, you know, making yourself happy. Like there's no point just being popular and being so unhappy with your life and yeah, just being unhappy every day. That's a complete waste. So yeah, it takes a little bit of time to work that out. I probably didn't work that out until midway through high school or something like that. But all through primary school, I was like, you know, being popular was like this big thing. Everyone wanted to be popular. It was just like the thing. And even like into high school, like that's just what a lot of people had their minds set on. And I wish that I didn't, but in saying that, I'm happy that like I eventually found out and everything, because that definitely shaped me to be the person that I am today. But girls are just like, they're so bitchy. Like, you don't need to be bitchy all the time. At all, actually. So I went to an all-girls private school. Obviously, girls are very like bitchy, and at a young age they're quite immature. You know, there's a lot of like cattiness and bitchiness and stuff that goes on within like girls, especially when they're younger. And I've spoken to like a few people and like I heard some things that like still happen today. I feel like it's only getting worse, which like stresses me out a little bit, because I worry about like, yeah, like the point that it'll get to one day when it'll just be like so out of hand. Because when you get older, you realize some of the things that you say when you're younger and that you do and like how you act is like, it's I don't even know what the word is. It's bad. Girls shouldn't be so mean to each other and just so rude. Like it doesn't cost anything to just be a nice person. So basically when I was in high school, I like finished my primary school. Now grade 7 is in high school, but when I was like going through that age group, grade 7 was still in primary school. So I finished my primary school years all the way up into grade 7, and then in grade 8 I moved to this all-girls private school. I went to like a public state school for primary school, but yeah, you guys get the point. In the younger grades of high school, I don't know, I feel like this is just everyone, but yeah, for me, it was so hard to fit in. I remember the first day, like everyone was like trying to, like, because there was already people who had been there before and like, yeah, been there since primary school years. And on the first day there was like just everyone like trying to grab the new kids that they wanted in their group, and no one really grabbed me. I was very shy. If you know me, I'm not a shy person at all. Like I'm so like in your face, not in your face, but like I'm very like talkative, very chatty. But when I first moved to high school, I was not at all. I was just so quiet. I didn't want to put myself out there. You know, I I felt like I didn't really fit in, and I was just like struggling to feel comfortable for a long time. And yeah, I sat by myself. I remember I used to go and sit near the library for a little while, which was bad of me. I should have gone out of my way to go and talk to people. I did eventually, but I definitely should have done that from the beginning. But anyway, yeah, I used to sit near the library and like eat my lunch by myself. I used to like call my mum at like lunchtime and stuff, just so that I like had someone to talk to. Yeah, that's so sad. But eventually I did make some friends, and one of those friends was actually someone that like I continued to be friends with for the rest of high school. But yeah, they were just like in my classes, and then I would like sit with them. And then that was all right. Like I think I felt a little bit more comfortable towards the end of grade 8, but then at the end of grade 8 our group sort of like split up. Some people moved away, and yeah, our group just split up pretty much. And the rest of the people in my group knew other people because they'd been there for a little bit longer than I had. Whereas me, I did not know anyone, and I had to start from scratch again. So yeah, I just sort of started like sitting with like one group. I don't actually remember all the groups I sat with, but I moved around a lot. So like I'd sit with one group and like, yeah, spend some time with them, and if it didn't work out, I'd move on and so forth. And I did that for pretty much the whole of grade 9 and 3/4 of grade 10. So that is an incredibly long amount of time. And yeah, it makes me really sad. Like I'm fine with like that being me. I feel sad for other people who have to do that. And all throughout there, like I would go into a group, and then, you know, people, like girls would just be bitchy to me, and girls would be really just nasty and rude and do like such rude things. Like, yeah, I wouldn't fit the stereotype for their group or whatever, and you know, I'd get kicked out or whatever. Not really kicked out, I'd get like driven out. But it's just so nasty, and I know that that still happens today, but like it makes me so sad to think of like other people going through that as well. Anyway, yeah, in grade 9 there was a few girls who I was pretty like good friends with. They were in my classes, they were friends with similar people, and you know, we just would like have a laugh and everything. And yeah, I would just like talk to them every day, and I thought, you know what, I've tried out so many groups, and I was like, I'm just gonna try out them. And this was like the popular group in like grade 9 or whatever. I remember being so nervous to go and sit with them because like they were like the popular kids, and I didn't really, at this point I didn't really like want to be popular. Like I wasn't fixated on being popular or anything. At this point I was getting a little bit like desperate, and I was like, I just want some friends. I just want some people to talk to. I just want some people to enjoy school with, pretty much. And so yeah, I went and sat with them, and like the people that I knew were fine. Like they would like talk to me and stuff. But there were a few girls in that group that were just so nasty and like and mean. Eventually I got made to feel like I was such an outcast that like I didn't deserve friends anymore. And so I went through like another period of sitting by myself. I sat by myself for like a couple of weeks in grade 9, because I was just like, well, this is it, like I don't deserve friends. Or I'd go to the library even, just so that I didn't have to made to feel like that again, I guess. Like the ringleader of that group would like be like, oh everyone, let's go do this, and like yeah, and I'd like go to come, and they'd be like, no, like not you, like, oh we're gonna come back, just stay here or whatever, and then they just wouldn't come back, and you know, like bitchy stuff like that. And that made me feel so worthless, and like yeah, like I didn't deserve friends. Everybody deserves friends. Like that's just terrible. And I didn't like say anything rude to them. All I was doing was like trying to be nice to them. And yeah, things just didn't really work out from there. And I moved around to a few other groups again, and I remember going into grade 10 and I was so ready to move high schools. I was talking to my parents for a long time, and I was like, yep, and I was like, I really want to go to this school, and I was like, I had a lot of dancing friends there, and just a lot of people that I knew that I would fit in with. And yeah, I was like, you know what, and I was like, I really want to move, and I was like, it will cost a lot less money because it wasn't a private school, and I was like, I just need to move. Yeah, my parents like thought about it for a bit, and I'm sort of glad that they didn't make me move because I do love my school, but just at that time with like friends, I was like, I hate going to school every day, and I was like, I don't think I can last another 3 years doing this. So anyway, grade 10 came along and I moved from group to group. There was one group that I sat with for a long time that I tried to make it work so bad because I was so desperate just to have some friends, and it wasn't working. Like I had no idea what they were talking about. Like they were into all the same things, but they were things that I had no idea about, and I just did not gel with them at all. And it got to a point where I actually ended up going back to that first friend that I made in grade 8. She was like in all my classes, and I'd like been friends with her the whole time, but I never really like sat with her group for some reason. And anyway, at the end of grade 10, I ended up sitting with her. They were just like, they were more my kind of people. At the beginning, I didn't feel like I gelled so well, but like I grew to them. And anyway, sat with them for all of grade 11, and then grade 12, we had like this massive group. Like there was like 15 people in this group, and yeah, we ended up like splitting and diverging from each other. My good group of friends in grade 12, there was like the 5 of us, and yeah, we like broke off from the rest of them and whatever. And yeah, those girls were like the ones that I would like lean more towards in that like bigger group anyway. Anyway, a lot of friendship things happened in those years. Like there was fights, there was arguments, there was like bitchiness and everything else, and yeah, we were just over it. When I found like my smaller group, like when we broke off and like, yeah, had our own little group, I guess, there was like no like bitchiness. Like, you know, we were just all such good friends that, yeah, we didn't have any bitchiness. We didn't have like arguments and stuff. Like we did have like little arguments and stuff, but like, you know, we wouldn't have like huge big blowouts and stuff that would last ages, and it was just so good. And yeah, anyway, fast track to now. I'm actually not friends with them anymore. A lot of things happened in between like finishing school with them and now. So yeah, I didn't really plan for that to happen. Things just changed, I guess, and yeah, it didn't end up working out. But anyway, so now I have a lot of like individual friends, I guess. I don't have like a big group of friends or anything, but I have like some really good friends, but they're all like separate and individual. Like I don't have like a big group of friends or anything, which is like fine by me because my friends are so beautiful and genuine and just lovely people that I want in my life. But yeah, sometimes it is nice to have like a group that like all like gel together, I guess. Girls, like there's so much bitchiness that happens when you're younger, and like maturing rates vary. I felt like when I was younger, I was a bit more mature than others just because I didn't have any like younger siblings or anything, and my sister she's 7 years older than me, so she was a lot more mature than I was, and I sort of would like learn off my parents, and like, yeah, they would tell me things and stuff. I picked up how to act at a younger age than everyone else, so I always felt like I was a lot more mature than everyone else. Friends do change, like I'm sure that's happened like the same for a lot of people. Like yeah, people change, people figure out new things, they want to try out new things, you know, people go through different phases and stages in their life. People leave, and one of the things that I've struggled to deal with quite a lot is people changing. Like I used to find it really hard to deal with that because I didn't want anyone to change, just everyone stayed the same. But the fact is that, you know, people just change, that's life, and yeah, you can't really waste your time questioning it too much because you're just gonna get bogged down. I've always been a firm believer of everything happens for a reason, so now I'm not so worried about changes. I do get a bit like sad and whatever, but I don't dwell on them because I'm like, okay, this has happened for a reason, like something better is coming or whatever, which is something a little bit new, I guess, for me. I've heard of so many girls who are just like unhappy with the people that they're like spending their time with, and I want to tell you guys that if you have friends who aren't making you enjoy your life, aren't making you happy, aren't making you laugh, aren't making you feel good about yourself, you need to change it. Because like it's not going to get any better, and I would much rather have like one quality friend than a bunch of fake friends. No one deserves to feel like that. If people are like putting you down and stuff all the time, it's so not worth it. It may take some time, like it did for me, but you will find who your real friends are, and everyone has like a different journey, I guess. There's absolutely no problem with, you know, you breaking away from a group because you're not made to feel good about yourself, or they're making you feel like crap all the time. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, be selfish. Go and find those people that are more suited to you, that make you happy, and make you enjoy your time at school or wherever it is, because there's no point, you know, wasting it with people who are just going to put you down. You're going to feel sad all the time. You're going to feel bad about yourself. Life is seriously too short to feel bad about yourself. And to be made to feel like that. So do yourself a favor and go and find other friends, because there are tons of people out there. And by saying this, some friends do like slip up, you know, sometimes they do say something to you that, you know, maybe doesn't make you feel very good. You know, that's fine. You know, sometimes you just need to like talk to them and be like, hey, look, that doesn't make me feel very good. You know, I don't like it. And, you know, sometimes that's all that they need. And then they're like, oh, sorry, like, yeah, I didn't even think of that, or whatever. But if this happens regularly, those are toxic people, and that's how you separate the toxic people from, you know, your everyday good people. Don't be scared to do something for yourself and find those good people, because I can promise you that there are people out there who are better suited to you. You will find those beautiful people. If you haven't found them yet, they are coming, I can assure you that. And if you have found them now, then cherish them and hold on to them, because we need more genuine people in this world. As well as all this, don't stay friends with people who make you feel like it's an effort to be friends with you. Yeah, we like have our bad days. Yes, we might get sad every now and then, but like I've said this before in a few videos, if someone's not there to like help you through you at your worst, they definitely do not deserve you at your best. So, you know, don't give them that luxury. You'll find people who really want to be there for you. I thought just before I go, I'll tell you guys, I did actually have this one friend, and my friend and I, we were like both friends with this girl, and we were just talking about it the other day. And like, I'm not going to go into like the full story because there was just like so many things, but she was just such a terrible person. Like, normally I can see at least some good in someone, but like she was just nasty to everyone all the time. It was terrible, and she did the exact same thing to me and my friend. I left this friend first, and I was like, look, I don't want anything to do with you anymore, please leave me alone. And then it took a little while, and then my other friend eventually left her, but she was so controlling and jealous, and she would always make us feel bad about ourselves, and she would always try and tear us down, always try and make us feel crap, always try and find something to argue with us about. She'd try and control us and manipulate us. She used to use me a lot. I used to be very, very vulnerable when I was like in primary school, and she used that to her advantage. I'd let her just walk all over me, and eventually I got to the age when I got into high school, and I just like put my foot down, and I was like, look, it's like, I'm not having this anymore. Like, I'm over it. I'm done. Like, do not walk over me again. Do not come near me. Do not come near my friends. Like, just leave me alone. There are so many people like that out there. That's what life's about. It's about working out what kind of people you really do want in your life, what kind of people you really do want to surround yourself with. And it's those experiences that help you learn that. So I don't necessarily wish that that didn't happen, because it definitely made me realize the kinds of people I need to steer clear from, and it definitely made me realize I need to stand up for myself. I don't want people walking all over me, and I won't let people walk all over me. But yeah, it just sort of opened my eyes to that, I guess. But this video has already been incredibly long. I'm looking at the time on this video, and it's very long. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed me talking to you guys about this a little bit. I really do like doing these real videos for you guys. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a lovely day. Remember, you have the power to make your life however you want it. Don't be afraid to be selfish and do something for yourself. If you aren't happy with your friends, or, you know, there's people making you feel bad, get rid of them. Find the people that are going to treat you like you deserve to be treated. And as I say all the time, everything happens for a reason. I love you guys so, so much, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys!